went and had breakfast this morning, and our flight leaves at 2:47. It is 1:20, so we're a little early, but better early than late. Hope y'all can hear me, but we are out of here. Here we go. Did I do it right? Here we go. He does it better. He does it better. But yeah, so we're getting ready to go. I mean, in an hour. I'm about to download some shows and movies onto my iPad so that way I can have something to watch. And then we get to LA at 4:53 Pacific time. So that's 7:53 Charlotte time. So it's a 5-hour flight. And then we get to LA, we wait like 4 or 5 more hours. And then, no, actually we wait like 6 hours. And then we go to China, so, yep. Show you the scenery. How do you feel?
Oh, good.
We're at LAX now, and we're just waiting. We just did a lot of walking because we didn't know what we were doing, but we figured it out. And now we're waiting for them to open up the terminal so that we can check in and go get food because I'm hungry. And I'll probably change because I feel gross and sweaty because we've been like walking around this airport trying to figure out what to do. Ooh, don't break it. Please don't break it.
It's not going to break, man.
So we get a bag of snacks. Pretty big bag of food. I mean, for 13 hours I hope so, but I'm full from Panda Express, so I'll probably save mine. On the plane. Somebody has their game face on. Time to go. We made it to Guangzhou, and now we're just sitting on the plane, waiting to get off. It's been 14 hours.
14 and a half.
14 and a half hour flight, so we're happy to be here. Tired, but we have a long way to go until we make it to our hotel, so. We finally made it to our hotel. Probably still going to be a long wait before we even get inside because that's what today has been. We arrived at 5:40. It is 12:15. We have not eaten a real meal or really sat down since we got off the plane. and my ankles are swollen. I'll show you because I am so surprised. My ankles have never been swollen, but I'll show you once we get in the room, whenever that happens. But yeah, we made it to the hotel. Now we're just waiting again. So, excuse my appearance, but we made it to our hotel. So I thought I would kind of give you a overview of what it looks like. So you walk in and you have this nice floor-length mirror here. And then to the right, there is a bathroom, pretty decent. Toilet, sink, me. And then the shower is pretty cool. Looks like it'll be a nice place to shower, which we definitely need after today. Then here you have like a hidden closet. So it just looks like this. Pretty big with a scale, which I think is really funny. Slippers, laundry things. Then they gave us some water, some toiletries, and then like some other random things that we can use while we're in here. And then this is an overview of the room. It's pretty big. So they gave us 2 beds and we just pushed them together because I don't know why they did that, but we have 2 beds pushed together to make a big one. TV that we're probably not going to watch because everything's going to be in Chinese. We have a nice little work area here. So a cute little desk and then a little couch with a table. And then our view is so nice. There's the mountains back there and then all these buildings. It's so pretty. So yeah, we are here. I am starving, I am stinking. And so I need to do something about both of those things. Hopefully they'll be bringing us food pretty soon because I am so hungry. We are both so hungry. But I'm about to go shower and then I guess relax for the rest of the day because it has been a long day. Probably later or tomorrow, I will go into detail about exactly what happened from the time we landed at 5:40 this morning until the time we walked into our hotel room at like 1:15 this afternoon. It has been a very long day. So yeah, maybe later on tonight I'll talk about kind of what exactly happened. But for now, I need to take a shower, fill out some paperwork, and hopefully eat. So I'll talk to y'all later. First quarantine meal. I don't know what any of this stuff is, but I don't know if I'm gonna be eating the meat. And then I don't know what this is, but it looks scaly. And then we have some rice. So I'm probably just gonna eat the rice and call it a day. And I don't know what this is. Some type of fruit, I guess. There's an orange in his. I might take his orange. But yeah, this is the first meal. So let's see how it goes. That was fast.
I ain't taking it long. I just need a good shower. It was good.
How's the pressure?
Great. I realized how wet it was.
This is my ankle, guys. Swollen. Like, it's a kinkle. I have no ankles. Like, that's bad. I've never had swollen ankles or swollen feet before. That's how long we've been on our feet today. Oof. So hi, it's me from the future. Actually, today is our last day of quarantine and I'm finally getting around to finishing editing this video. And I realized I never went into detail about exactly what it was like when we got off the plane. So we landed at around 5:40. We sat on the plane for about an hour because they were letting people board by section and we were like to the very back of the plane. So we were like one of the last people to get off. So we get off the plane, we wait in the line, and then once we get off the plane, we kind of filter out through this like building, but the building is empty. Like, we're the only ones in the building, the people who are on the plane. And then they kind of separated us by people who had pets and children, and then like people who were just by themselves or like couples with no kids or no pets. So we went through this door. We got a piece of paper, all in Chinese, and the paper had a number on it. And then we all got on this bus, and the bus took us to another part of the airport.
When we got to this part of the airport, we entered into like this really big waiting room. I'm assuming it's some type of terminal in the airport that they made specifically for like new arrivals who need to be COVID tested. So we go to this little lobby waiting area place, and we're confused because everything's in Mandarin. We don't understand what anyone's saying to us. This is also the first time that we're able to use our phones, so we were able to log into airport Wi-Fi and talk to people through WeChat, which is the app that we use, and let our school know that we were there. So we're sitting in this big lobby, and we kind of figured out that they were filtering people in to get like their COVID tests and stuff through by the numbers that were on their paper. So I kind of looked around for the people who I saw right before me and right after me leave the initial building, so that way I could know when I needed to line up. So finally, it was our turn to line up. We lined up, then we had to scan something on WeChat and fill out basically this form saying that we had been a certain place for 14 days. We weren't around anyone who was infected with COVID, and some other information about, where we live in China, where we're going, stuff like that. So then we go through this line. We go sit at a desk with someone, and mind you, everyone there are in hazmat suits. Like all of the workers are in hazmat suits. So we sit down at this table, and they're doing something. I don't really know what they're doing, but they're doing something on their computers, like filling in paperwork for us. And this part was a little bit challenging because the people who were helping us could not speak English. So they had to ask some of the passengers to kind of stop and help them understand what we were trying to tell them. I guess the main point of this part was to make sure that we had a place to go to once we left quarantine. I guess they don't just want random people coming into the country with no place to go, no real destination. They're just here. We had to prove that we were here for work, basically. So we get through that. Then we get this like little vial and a paper, and we go through another line to get COVID tested. So the COVID test was intense.
Wow, that wasn't bad, babe. I swear it's really not bad.
I walked through this trailer. We went separately, obviously. And so we go into the trailer. The trailer is separated off into separate rooms, so you can't see or hear anybody in the trailer beside yours or in the room beside yours. And I sit down, and this lady tells me to say my name. I say my name, and then she just jabs my nose with the swab for the COVID test. So the COVID test was a little traumatic, and I'm being a little bit dramatic, but also not really.
It's really not bad at all. People make it so much worse than it is.
It really hurt. It was just a lot deeper than I thought anybody could ever enter into my nose, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. I don't want to relive it. So I got my COVID test first. I leave the trailer. Devin's standing there. Don't want to look him in the eyes, make eye contact, because I don't want him to see the immense amount of pain that I was in, because I got the nasal swab, and then as I'm trying to recuperate and recover from the nasal swab, she jammed something else down my throat. So I was just, a little frazzled. And so I walk down to this little place they tell us to go to, and they check my paper, make sure I did everything, and then I'm waiting for Devin because I don't want to get on the bus and then the bus leaves and he's not on the bus with me. So I'm standing beside the bus waiting on him. So finally, a few minutes later, he comes through and we get on the bus. The bus is packed full of people, and Devin and I are just talking about, how crazy it is. So now we get on the bus and we ride to another part of the airport. And in this part, we come in and we have to go through and show our passport and show this code saying that we got COVID tested and we did all the steps prior. So we go through that. We go to another desk, and this is, I guess, us registering to be in the country. So there's the police officer there, and I have to get all my fingerprints done, a picture taken of me, they scan my passport and my visa again, and basically I think this is just registering myself for being in the country. I had to fill out an arrival card, all this stuff. So we go through that part, and then we finally get to our luggage. We get to our luggage, it's kind of thrown out about everywhere. Devin's luggage was actually open, and we thought his suitcase had broken, but thankfully it did not break. It was just overstuffed a little bit. So we were able to close his suitcase, and then we get into this super long line. And you saw the super long line in the video. It was the one where it was a girl in front of me with her hat turned backwards in a white shirt. So you waited in that line for maybe an hour and a half, and you just wait in that line forever with all your stuff, all your luggage. Then we get on a bus and we head to the hotel. It took us an hour to get to the hotel from the airport, and then we got here. Once we got to the airport, or once we got to the hotel, we sat on the bus. All of the buses, I think, from that flight all came to the same hotel. So there were 2 other buses in front of ours that we had to wait for everyone to get off and go inside, and then it was our turn. So the people at the hotel also were dressed in hazmat suits. They took everything off the bus, like all of the luggage, and sprayed it with some sanitizer. Then we came off. They kind of sprayed us a little bit too. And then we waited in line, and they were really nice. They were able to get Devin and I a hotel room together, which isn't always possible depending on where you go to quarantine. So that was great. And we talked to some people in the line. People were very interested to know why we were in China, especially during a time like this. So we got to meet some, locals and chat with them about everything. So yeah, that was the process. It took like 6 hours, I think, because we got there at 5:40, and I don't think we were in our room until like 12:45, 1 o'clock, something like that. So it took quite a bit of time to get to our rooms, and during the process we kept getting pushed farther and farther to the back because we were just having issues with communication. But everything worked out fine. We've completed our quarantine, and now we are leaving tomorrow. So I did want to end off the vlog or this video with an explanation of everything that happened. I've been talking for 8 minutes, so as you can tell, I mean, every minute is an hour that we went through this. So yeah, that is the experience that we had. Sorry I couldn't get more footage, but like I said, we were moving constantly the whole time, or waiting in lines, and I didn't want to have my camera out. People think I'm like weird, that kind of thing. So anyway, that's that. That is our traveling to China video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. The next video that should be coming should be like my morning routine, I think. And then I have like our last week in quarantine that I need to edit today as well. So if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. If you are new, please hit subscribe. We are leaving this hotel tomorrow, so I have lots of exciting content coming, full of us traveling to Beijing and finding an apartment and just getting acclimated to our new home. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.